So here's the thing. In 90 days, you're going to be in one of two places. You're either going to be where you are currently today, and or you're going to be in a completely different place, a completely different season of your life. And the difference won't really be about what you think about changing. It'll come down to how much work you actually put in to make your situation different. For me, this season is completely personal. I am locking in to become the woman that I desire to be, creatively, professionally, and financially. So sometimes I catch myself like over preparing, not because I'm being strategic, but because it's easier than putting something out there before it feels actually perfect. And I know that I'm not the only person who does this. In fact, a lot of creative people often sit on good ideas for months. And it's not because they're not ready to execute, but it's because sometimes you feel afraid of what it looks like or what it would feel like to be seen actually trying something, actually putting yourself out there and going for something. I think it's weird, like how we think the more we plan, the more prepared we'll feel. But half of the time, planning just becomes another way to procrastinate. Okay, so for me, what has helped me kind of move from the phase of planning to actually executing within the last couple of months of 2025 has been just shortening the timeline. So if I get an idea, I'm giving myself like 24 hours to act on that idea in some way. In general, I don't like to call things good or bad, but like every idea is not going to be a good idea, but you won't know if you're not moving on it. If you just sit on that idea, you actually end up talking yourself out of doing it, and it could actually very much be the one thing that you need to move your entire project forward. So what this can look like over the next 90 days, whenever you get an idea, if it's content, if it's an ebook, if it's a speaking gig, topic, whatever it is, you don't have to actually publish it. You don't actually have to push it forward. Just think about the process of moving it forward and just put the first version out there within a couple of days so that you can get an idea of, is this something that my audience is even interested in? Because when you move from over obsessing about an idea, about like what it could be or what could go wrong, and you start focusing on what it could actually do, like how it could change your life, how it can make an impact on somebody else, you finally feel a lot better about pushing that idea, getting it out your head and into the world. And that has been the thing with me. If I get an idea and I feel like it's on brand, it's aligned with the impact that I want to make, I am not giving myself like a week to get it done. I am immediately starting the planning phase. What is it that I want to say? How do I want to present the idea? And it's time to just sit down and execute. Girl, I don't know about you, but I feel like this year has been flying by so quickly. Like, honestly, we were just celebrating Thanksgiving. We were just celebrating Christmas. We were just bringing in the new year. And here we are already in April, which is crazy. So right now, more than ever, I think we should be looking at this month as like a reset to the new year reset. Like right now, you should be really honest, transparent, and like just real with yourself on your progress for this year so far. So everything is not always about perfection, but it is always about progress. And like right now is the perfect time before it gets too far in the year to truly evaluate like, where are you in this year so far? So I don't know about you, but like before the year started, I had already came up with this crazy schedule, almost like that guy. He does like the cold water plunges, and then he gets wipes his face with like a banana peel. Before this year, I had a schedule similar in mind where I was gonna wake up at 5 a.m. I was gonna hit the gym by 6, and I was gonna be in front of my camera by 7 a.m. But as I started this journey, it just did not feel natural to me. I've been questioning myself, like, is this a lazy girl thing, or is this just operating in alignment? And I came across this piece of content that basically said, you've been praying to be a full-time entrepreneur. You've been praying to not have to be stuck in a 9-to-5 working 40 hours a week, but yet you show up in this entrepreneur space and you find yourself working 50 hours a week when really all you wanted to do was be an entrepreneur who works 4 hours a week. Realistically, you want to do what you need to do to get it done, but you don't really set real boundaries or real measurements in place that are aligned with the person that you desire to be. If I can find that piece of content, I'll like tag it down below. It was very spot on, at least for me, where it's like, okay, it's April. We said we were going to do all those things. I probably ran that schedule for like a good month and just quickly found myself feeling burnt out and just not enjoying the process anymore. And so now where I'm at in April, it's like I still want to have that discipline. I still want to have a structure in place, but I don't necessarily want to show up in a way that doesn't feel good to me. I really care about doing the things that feels good, like creating this content and finding a new way to present ideas that I maybe have been sitting on, or just things that I'm passionate about. Finding new ways to present these things have felt good, right? And I think when you're in this space of April where it's like do a real reset, it truly means looking at where you are. Forget where you thought you would be. Look at where you are right now and say, this is where I am, and just let it be. You know what I mean? But then to also put a real measurement, put a real goal in place and say, this is where I want to be by the end of June, or this is where I need to be, and just figure out how to get it done. At the end of the day, your job is to do what's necessary to get the job done, but do what feels authentic, what feels good to you. And I feel like at the end of the 90 days, you should see the transformation that you are aiming for. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And remember, becoming the brand starts with becoming the person that you desire to be, one habit, one choice, and one day at a time. See you in my next video.